Hello, very nice to see you. Today I'm going to be painting some nature, and you're more than welcome to stick around. I'm hoping it's going to be a relaxing process. I'm just trying to squeeze the last remnants of paint out of my tube of burnt umber here. It is can sometimes be a very messy business. As usual, I've put an acrylic wash over the canvas to get rid of the white, because we don't really want any of that showing through. Okay. I'm gonna paint in a very wobbly horizon line. It's probably a bit too low, actually. Let's go a bit higher. There we go. It's going to be a road. This is a road leading through a forest. Not too far from where I live. So, here is a very big tree. So, gonna have to pay attention here. Just not too bad. Okay. Do that. And there it comes. Down there like that. This isn't going to be 100% accurate, but who cares? And then right in the distance, we're going to have some thinner trees. But most of those are going to be covered up by bushes and so the tops of the trees, they kind of go like this. And there we have. Put a little bit of linseed oil in there. There we go. Got a big tree there. So you have an initial idea, I guess, of how it's gonna look. Maybe not. Okay. So now I'm going to take make some, this is royal blue. Just a little bit. It's quite a powerful colour actually. Gonna mix that with some titanium white. You're gonna need a little touch royal blue mixed with titanium white. And we have a nice sky colour. Making sure, of course, to select a new brush. I have a habit of using the same brush. I don't want to get any brown mixed with this nice blue colour. There's not going to be a great deal of sky to be seen. As most of this is going to be covered up with leaves and branches. This particular place that I'm painting today, I drove through here with my car on a Sunday, which apparently you're not allowed to do. They close off the road and make it only accessible for pedestrians, which is fair enough. However, I failed to see the sign, so I came driving through with my car and ended up displeasing quite a few people. However, I did manage to leave with a few nice photographs. For the road, I'm gonna use this nice violet colour. Which is quite intense. Make it a little bit lighter. Okay. I am going to use the same brush for this one though. Let's see what that looks like, shall we? I do quite like that. Though I have mixed quite a lot, more than what I actually need. There's something awfully satisfying about putting paint on canvas. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's also tremendously relaxing. Yeah, okay. That looks good. What next? What next? What next? I think. I guess I could paint in the rest of the ground here. Being very careful not to damage my nice purple road here. I did actually want it a little bit darker than this, but that's okay. But this is just a base color. I'm just trying to get rid of as much of the blank canvas as I can, because sometimes a blank canvas can be very intimidating. For my next color, I'm going to use some chromium oxide green. Which is a very opaque green. Okay, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. I'm going to start by filling in this tree. So I think for the trees that are in the foreground, I'm going to make them slightly darker. And the trees that are further back, I'm going to make them a bit lighter. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in some of the greenery in the bushes first, and then I'm going to paint the tree trunks over the top of that. Yes. And blocking in at the moment where the bushy parts of the trees are going to go. So, towards the top is lighter, and as it gets further down, it gets a bit darker. Okay, here there's quite a lot of yellow. I'm trying to do my best to simplify everything. There are so many leaves and twigs and branches, and it actually can be a tad overwhelming. Sometimes you feel pressured to paint in every single detail. Which really isn't possible. Trying to give the illusion of depth by painting the things that are in the background lighter than what is in the foreground. Somehow I think I seem to be failing at that. I need to make this here a little bit darker. But yeah, right now I'm still blocking in. I'm trying my best to just essentially block in the values and the colours, and then I'll come over the top of this with a touch more detail. Okay, I'm going to rest that there and hope it doesn't fall onto the carpet. That's not too bad. I think I'll darken up the bottom here just slightly. Here as well. Down here. Because a lot of this sunlight struggles to reach the bottom of the forest floor, so it's going to be naturally a bit darker. Okay, here too. I think that's okay. for a while now I've been playing around with different colours for the trees. This is just a mix of cadmium red, burnt umber, and a little touch of blue, cobalt blue. For some reason I'm trying to paint straight lines, but trees aren't actually straight. It is, of course, going to be quite impossible to paint every single branch. Some of the artists that I admire make it look so easy. Painting trees. Make that a bit darker here on the side. It's not quite dark in the middle. So there's quite a prominent tree coming out of the bushes here. That's a bit too. He's a bit too fat. The branch, that is. Really, I should have chosen a thinner brush. That would make life a lot easier, wouldn't it? It's not looking too bad so far. Okay. So now begins the tedious process of trying to mark in some leaves. I am of course not going to do every single leaf. But I'm gonna try and do enough to add some detail. I'm always torn as to what time of year is my favourite. It's got to be a time between either spring or autumn. I'll add some lighter ones on the corner here. Because the light is going to be coming through this gap in the trees here. So I'm going to try and make the leaves around here, and also at the back here a bit more darker, and the ones nearest to the road a little bit lighter. Fear not, I'm not gonna make you watch me painting in all of these little dots. I'll probably cut a great deal of this out. I will save you the pain. For me it's actually quite enjoyable. Add a little bit more red. I'm going to add in some fallen branches. When I'm concentrating, I tend to hold my breath, which, as you might imagine, makes it quite hard to talk. I'm going to do my best though. Okay. Oh, so that goes all the way over there actually. I think after I've added some highlights, these little branches will look quite good. Mix in touch of black. Try and get in some of those shadows. Big log right next to that tree. I think what I'm going to do is take a large brush and paint him in. There we go. I think I am going to need to add a bit of highlight to that. Could add in some few branches over here too, like that. That's nice. Maybe some over there. Some of that darker colour here too. think here I might add in some leaves, but I think around here I'm not going to add any leaves to give that illusion of depth and distance. That's good. I like that. Trouble is now I'm starting to pick up a lot of that dark paint from the canvas. Goes down. Well, actually, it does actually go all the way down to the bottom. Here's some highlight. Okay. This tree. Don't want to do too much. Add in just the indication of some leaves. Not too many. Just trying to give the road a little bit more texture. Don't want it looking too much like a pebble rug. So I think for now I'm going to call this one finished. I think usually with paintings you need a few days or weeks to come back, look at it, go away, and come back again to notice what you could improve or add to it. And I'll more than likely do that with this painting over the next few days. But for now, I think I'm going to call it finished. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I'll see you again soon. Take care.